Students, welcome to another live PEP class. This evening we're going to be doing the ability test. The PEP ability test is coming up very soon, and so we are kind of veering away from the usual schedule, and we are focusing on the ability test for the next 2 weeks or so, just to make sure that we're focusing on, just to make sure that we are up to speed with what is expected of us, and ready for the test when it comes. After the ability test, we will return to our regular schedule. And I'm actually going to play that schedule for you now. I'm actually going to play that schedule for you now so that you know when to log on and what time to log on, what sessions we'll be doing for the live classes. So here's the schedule. Math students, I know you are busy preparing for your math test and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now, another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now, in this series, we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC Math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything. Make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So, stay tuned. Hello, scholars. Did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand. So we're going to dive into it. Scholars. Ashlyn is asking, why can't we start earlier? Ashlyn, if you ever knew how tight my schedule is, if you only knew how tight my schedule is, there is just no other time that I can fit this in, right? So we just have to work with it as it is now, because I teach regular classes during the day, and I teach extra classes, and I have CSEC classes after this, so we wouldn't want that to go too late either. So let's just work with what it is. Just extend your bedtime. So your bedtime is 8:30, just extend it by a half an hour. All right, so let me invite my scholars on, the early birds. So we have John and Amari.
Hi, Miss. Hi, Miss.
Antoine, Jaden.
Hi, everyone.
Lejonte.
Hello, Miss. Good
Hello,
night.
Lejonte.
Miss Anisi, I just saw the where Ashlyn said I go to bed at 8:30. That's same with me. I go to bed at 8:30 too.
Oh my, well, I'm so sorry that I'm interfering with you guys. Sleepy
No,
time.
Miss, for me it's okay. I go to bed at 9. I actually
Okay.
You
extend.
lucky. You're very, very lucky.
So can you ask
I'm on
mommy and daddy if they can just extend the bedtime by half an
the
hour?
only time I go to bedtime at 9 o'clock is on Saturdays because since it's Saturday, the next day
Mm-hmm.
I don't have school, so our bedtime gets extended by 30 minutes.
Okay. All right. Well, even if you can just catch half an hour, that's that's a good catch, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Miss,
So
they want the link.
yeah, I'm just realizing. So I'm gonna send the link now. So welcome to those on that. I'm seeing Ashlyn, of course, Miss Early Bird, and I'm seeing DK,
Miss Ashlyn has face-to-face school on
I'm
Saturdays.
seeing Jonathan, Latoya, Vanessa. Okay, maybe because she's preparing for exams. So let's get into it. Let me share my screen. Yesterday I was in the CSEC class talking away and thinking that my screen was being shared and I was the only one seeing what I was talking about. So let me not do that
Excuse
tonight.
me, Miss, can I say something?
Sure. Go ahead.
You see, yesterday
Mhm.
you were talking and I was like, Miss, don't you have a sexy class? It's like 8:19. And you're just talking. And then the sexy,
Because I wanted to finish up that paper.
they must be like, Miss, so what you doing? So the
No,
sexy class
my
not going to start.
T6 students are very patient and diligent, so they don't mind waiting. All right, so there we have it. So actually, now let me explain something. So student booklet was just released yesterday by the Ministry of
What?
Education. So this is the workshop, and remember we did the 4 yesterday that was issued last year. So this book 4 has been revised and modified. So you're going to see some of the questions that we did in the last book 4, just a few of them, but you're going to see new questions as well. All right. So use the old ones for revision and the new ones to sharpen your skill. So as usual, we're going to try to do the first 20 and then do the next 20 tomorrow. All right, so, oh my, I'm showing the wrong slide. That's not the one I should. This is for my CSEC class. You see what I'm telling you? I have so much, my system has so much loaded on. So let me try to find the right one. Is it this one? Yeah, this is the one. I have that CSEC class tonight at midnight. That's our midnight paper 1 class. So if you're interested, join us tonight at midnight. All right, so here we go now. So it's PEP Student Camp 2022 Ability Assessment, and this was issued by the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information here in Jamaica. So as usual, we start with the verbal reasoning, and an analogy is a word problem that is made up of two pairs of words. To solve the problem, you need to find out the relationship between the first pair of words. The relationship between the first pair of words and the second is the same. Jaden, can you read question 1, please?
Okay, miss. It is still on the student can 2022 slide.
Give it a little while to change.
Okay, miss.
Or maybe we'll have to do what we did yesterday, which is just to go to the original PowerPoint slides. But that
As
what we
in,
don't,
like, when it's on 1, 2, 3 on the side?
yeah. So but what
Yes,
that
it's
would
on that
mean
right
is
now. Yes, it's on that right now.
on
It's
Miss
on
1,
the
2, 3 is on the side.
That's what it is now. Like the first slide, the second slide, the third slide, the fourth slide, that kind of stuff.
that's what you're
The
seeing now.
PowerPoint. Yes, miss.
You're not
With
seeing
the first, no, miss. With the first slide in the center, and all the configurings at the top.
some people say that you're not seeing the slide. I don't know. Some matters or just end the slideshow and go to that then.
Yes.
All right. So the only thing
Okay.
Miss.
Miss,
I'm
I
not
see
going
number 1 now.
I'm not going to be that's the only thing, right? I'll tell we'll discuss what the answers are. So go ahead, Jaden.
Okay, miss. Number 1. Africa is to Nigeria as North America is to dash. Number 1. Africa is to Nigeria as North America is to dash. A. Jamaica. B. Canada. C. Panama. Or D. Ghana.
Mm,
A. Jamaica. B.
Mana
Canada.
patok
C. Panama. And D.
Kami no
Ghana.
patok yo.
All right. So what
Miss
do you say,
Alex,
Jaden?
is that say like Canada? Or I don't know what it's supposed to be.
Why would you say Canada?
Because both Nigeria and Canada are more northern to the country.
More northern to the country? Not sure what you mean by that.
Is that coming?
Or Antoine, why you say B?
Miss, I say B because so all the rest. So Nigeria is to the north of Africa, and Canada will be to the north of North America. So that's why I chose.
Canada is actually on the North American continent. So yes, it is to the north of the North American continent. And Ghana is and Nigeria is in Africa, on the African continent. So you're correct, Jaden. The answer is Canada. Madison also said Canada. Lejeune Day said Canada. Um, and who else? Ashlyn said Canada. All right. Antoine, number 2.
Okay, Miss. Number 2, Chinese is to China as British is to A. Japan, B. Spain, C. United Kingdom of Great Britain, D. United States of America. Number 2, Chinese is to Japan.
It's China.
Chinese is to China as British is to A. Japan, B. Spain, C. United Kingdom of Great Britain, and D. United States of America.
All right.
Miss, my answer is C. United Kingdom of Great Britain.
Okay, and what is the connection?
So the region is where the people is found. So for Chinese, the
Mm-hmm.
Chinese is found in China, while the
Mm-hmm.
British is found in the United Kingdom.
Okay, sorry. We come from the United Kingdom of Great Britain, and the Chinese are from legendary.
Number 3. Diwali is the East Indian as Easter is the A. British B. Africa C. Taino D. Chinese. Number 3. Diwali is the East Indian as Easter is to the A. British B. African C. Taino D. Chinese.
All right, what do you say? What's the connection, and what do you say is the answer?
Miss, it's Miss. It's British.
Well, that's a good guess, Legende. Antoine says it's about the people who created the holiday. Right. So that's the culture that these holidays come from. So Jonathan is saying A British, Madison A British, Antoine A British, Marie, Ashlyn British. Cashmark is saying African, Amari and John British. So the East Indians, they celebrate Diwali, and the British, they introduce Easter, which is a they are the Easter is a religious holiday. It's a Christian holiday. John number 4.
Okay. Number 4. Putting it to British. Speak as exotic fish is to dash.
Escovitch fish.
Okay. As escovitch fish is to. Number 4. Putting it to British as escovitch fish is to. A. French. B. Spanish. C. Dutch. D. American. A. French. D. Dutch. B. Spanish. C. Dutch. D. American. Uh, Miss, I would say the French. Uh,
All right, let me see what the others are saying. Ashlyn, Spanish, Cashmark, French. Okay. Well, it's actually Spanish. This one is actually Spanish. So that would be B, Spanish. The Spanish introduced escovitch fish to the region. Amari, oh, hold on. So the success criteria, we should be able to say, I can tell the relationship between pairs of words, and I can use the relationship between the first pair of words to tell the relationship between the second pair of words. Amari, read what a classification is for me.
Okay, miss. A classification is a grouping of objects based on or a,
Similarity.
similarities or a set of rules. A classification is a grouping of objects based on similarities or a set of rules. Miss, you're breaking up.
Number 5, Antoine.
Okay, miss. Number 5. Which country does not belong to the group? A. Saint Kitts, B. Saint Vincent, C. Barbados, D. Cuba. Number 5. Which country does not belong to the group? A. Saint Kitts, B. Saint Vincent, C. Barbados, and D. Cuba.
All right, so what are we saying for this one? Madison says St. Kitts. Oh, hold on. You're asking Madison, I see a question sign. Camille says Cuba. Good night, Langot. Welcome. So do you have an answer, Antoine, for this one?
Not yet,
What about
miss.
the other scholars? Which one stands out? Which one is different? Camille, why do you say Cuba? Or Camille? Camille, I'm not sure how your name is pronounced. Madison says St. Kitts. Why Madison? Tell me the reason, scholars. Legende says Barbados. Madison says, I don't know. You don't know why you choose St. Kitts? What is different about, well, they're all,
Miss Barbados or Cuba? Miss, I say Cuba. I don't know. It just feels right. It just feels right to say Cuba.
all right. So Cuba was colonized by the Spaniards. So in other words, the other three are English-speaking Caribbean islands. They have a history of being colonized by the British, whereas Cuba is Spanish-speaking and it was colonized by the Spanish. All right, Jaden, please read.
Okay, miss. All of the people in the box have one thing in common. Paul Bogle, Marcus Garvey, Alexander Bustamante, and many of the Americans. All of these people have one thing in common. Paul Bogle,
Jaden,
Marcus Garvey.
and read what you see, please.
Huh, sorry, miss. All of the persons in the box have one thing in common. Paul Bogle, Marcus Garvey, many of the Maroons, and Alexander Bustamante.
All right. Amari, number 6.
Thank you. Okay, miss. Number 6. Which of the following persons could be included in the box? Number 6. Which of the following persons could be included in the box? A. Michael Manley, B. Norman Manley, C. Usain Bolt, D. Robert Nesta Marley. Miss, my answer. Miss B. Norman Manley.
Because,
Miss, because he's a national hero.
all right, he is a national hero, and the others, which we mentioned before, so Paul Bogle, Marcus Garvey, Alexander Bustamante, and any of the Maroons are also national heroes.
Yes, Miss, I agree.
All right, John, number 7.
Which does not belong to the group? Number 7. Which does not belong to the group? A. Red Hills, B. George Plain, C. Long Mountain, D. Just Plateau. Number 7. Alright. A. Red Hills, B. George Plain, C. Long Mountain, B. Jasper 2. Miss, I would say A. Red Hills.
Why do you say Red Hills?
Oh wait, sorry, Miss, the rest are on Highlands, Miss. So, Miss, it would be George Plain.
George's Plain. All right,
Miss,
that's correct.
Yes, miss, I agree.
Okay, so Legende says B, George's Plain. Madison says B. J. So John is saying George's Plain because the others are highlands, and we know that a plain is an area of flat land, so that's different. Antoine also said B. Antoine, question 8, please.
Okay, Miss. Question 8. Which term best describes the following? Caribbean Sea, Atlantic Ocean, Montague Lake,
Money.
or Monique Lake, Yalas River. A. Landmass, B. Landform, C. Water bodies, D. Water cycle. 8. Which term best describes the following? Caribbean Sea, Atlantic Ocean, Monique Lake, Yalas River. Miss, I
Read the
say,
options again.
sir, Miss. A. Landmass, B. Landform, C. Water bodies, and D. Water cycle. Miss, I say C. Water bodies.
All right, and that is correct, Antoine. Water bodies. So they are all bodies of water. And
I agree,
Legendary,
miss.
Madison, Amari, John, all agreed is water bodies. Jaden, number 9.
Read the sentence in the box, then answer number 9. Each parish capital has a parish library. Read the sentence in the box, then answer question 9. Each parish capital has a parish library.
Continue reading, Jaden.
Number 9. Which of the following would not have a parish library? Number 9. Which of the following would not have a parish library? A. Montego Bay, B. Mandeville, C. Linstead, or D. Morant Bay? A. Montego Bay, B. Mandeville, C. Linstead, or D. Morant Bay? Miss, I would have C. Linstead.
Because
Linstead, because
because
it is not a parish capital in Jamaica.
that is correct. And it did say the parish capitals would have a parish library. All right, so that is correct. D is correct. And we got that answer from John Amari Madison. And John is saying it's not a capital of a parish. Linstead is not a parish capital. And the instruction said parish
Miss,
capital.
I agree.
All right, Antoine. Amari, number 10.
Okay, Miss. Number 10. Which one does not belong? Number 10. Which one does not belong? A. Dinky Mini, B. Humina, C. Duck Duckunu,
Dukunu. Dukunu.
D. Junkunu. A. Dinky Mini, Dinky Mini, B. Humina, C. Dunkunu,
Dukunu.
Duckunu, D. Junkunu.
All right. Does anyone know what these things are? What are these things?
Miss, they're
These are the
dances.
dances.
Are they all dances?
Not
Yes,
all of them.
not all of
Madison
them.
says Jonkono. Shalicia says Jonkono. Madison says actually Dukunu. Camille says Jonkono. So they're all dances except which one? One of them is not a dance. Jonkuno is,
Miss,
it will be considered a dance form
Miss,
because
it's Dunkuno.
the paraders go around in costumes and they're dancing. What is Dukunu?
Mi, m- Miss Dunkuno is a food.
It's a food. What type of food? Do a quick search and read it for me and tell us what Dukunu is.
Miss, it's like a fish. It's like
I don't
fish
want
and
you to guess
corn.
it. I don't want you to guess it.
No, Miss, I'm looking at pictures. Dunkuno is made principally from maize. It is eaten
From what?
from maize. M A
Nice.
M A I Z, Miss.
Okay,
Maize.
maize, maize.
Maize.
Mm-hmm.
Maize. It is eaten with two types of sauce, a water pepper stew and deep fried black sauce with fried fish. See, it's a thing with
Okay.
fish.
Okay. All right. I don't think I've ever had dukunu. Have you
Me
ever
either,
had?
Miss. I think they have it in Africa. But that sounds like a
No,
food from in Africa.
it's eaten here in Jamaica. It's eaten here in Jamaica. I don't think I've ever had it. Shalicia says dukunu sounds disgusting. What is disgusting about it though? It's a
But
maize. It's
you don't know
maize.
if it tastes bad until you try
Maize
it.
is like corn, right? Corn. So I guess it's a um corn. Have you
The,
ever had?
I don't like corn, Miss. The only corn I like is the hominy corn porridge. The porridge with corn.
I've
I don't
had
like any
ton
other corn than
cornmeal.
that.
I've had ton cornmeal. But necessarily eating it with what they describe there. But try it, Shalicia. You not think it's disgusting afterwards. Try it and see. All
And
right.
Miss,
So
since I love fried fish, it probably tastes good too.
all right. So the success criteria here is we should be able to say I can identify the similarities among a group of things and put all the things that are similar together, right? So we, even though they all have something, they all have similarities, we must be able to pick out the difference. That's the main thing here. All right. After this next one, we're going to do the switch. So the essential part is an absolutely necessary or very important part or feature of an object, process, or concept. An essential part is an absolutely necessary or very important part or feature of an
Excuse me,
object.
Miss.
Yes, Lejande?
Can you please tell people stop telling us when the exam and I'm feeling scared?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. Just ignore it if you don't want to see that. Lejande, I want you to read question 11 for me.
Okay, Miss, are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you.
Number 11. Which is the most important feature of a mountain? A. There are landslides. B. There are several peaks. C. It is more than 600 meters high. D. It has snow on its peak. 11. Number 11. Which is the most important feature of a mountain? A. There are landslides. B. There are several peaks. C. It is more than 600 meters high. D. It has snow on its peaks. Miss, I think this is like a question that we got before. I would say C, Miss.
What does C say?
Huh,
Don't just
Miss?
send me the letter. Read what it says. Don't just send me the letter.
C. It is more than 600 meters.
All right, and that is correct. And we did, remember I said you're gonna see a couple questions from what we did 2 days ago and yesterday, because it's the same booklet 4, but it has been revised for this year. All right, so Cashmark said C, Camille, Marie, Zamar, Antoine all said C. All right, so let me check backstage and see which scholars are waiting. 1 and 2 and 3. All right. So I'm going to ask, it's 3 persons We're going to allow them to come on.
Excuse me, miss. Can I get a minute, please, though?
A
Are you
minute.
going to switch me, miss?
Your space is gonna be taken in a child.
Miss,
You
you switch me
always
on my
take me.
That's not true. That's
Yes,
not.
miss. The most person that's on this always is Amari and John.
Oh
It's not
my goodness.
fair.
Are you accusing me of favoritism?
Miss, no, miss,
Are
I'm
you
not accusing you, but the one who's on most is Amari and John. They're just
It only
well,
it only
in
seems
everything.
like
Everything.
it's you, Legendary, because I know you don't want to leave. You don't want to
I don't
leave
want to
our
leave. I want to
company. So,
stay.
so everybody will think it's
None of
them.
us want to leave.
Right. Nobody wants to leave. All right.
Miss John wants to leave.
John wants to leave. You want to
Yeah.
leave?
Miss, I don't. Miss, I don't want to
Sometimes.
leave.
Miss, sometimes now.
Miss, I don't want to leave.
Well, listen, John is gonna be in the C-Sec class with me. So me and John thing work out long time. Tell him no, John.
Yes. Yes, miss.
John is gonna be with me for another hour after this in the C-Sec class. Mashing up the thing, don't John? John and mash up the C-Sec class. So you don't have to worry about me and John. Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard. It's so hard. All right, I'm gonna ask Antoine, Jaden, and Legende. She going cuss me. She going cuss me. She going cuss me. Legende going cuss me. But I want to welcome Shalicia. And I want to welcome Jer and Zamar. I just brace myself for the cussing when she come back. And while we still have, she start cussing me already. We still have more scholars waiting backstage that we can't allow on because we have no space. Okay. Lord God, it's not just Legende cussing me, and there's whole heap of people are cussing me now. But my shoulders are strong. I can take it. I can take it. All right. So Shalicia, I'm hoping your device working this evening, madam. And I'm gonna ask you to read question 12 for me.
This is working a little better today.
All right, so go ahead and read question 12.
Okay, miss. Question 12. Which is an essential feature of a river? A. It has a long. Question 12. Which is an essential feature of a river? Question 12. Which is an essential feature of a river? A. It has a long body of water. B. It has a narrow body of water. C. It flows in a narrow valley. D. It has a flowing body of fresh water. A. It has a long body of water. B. It has a narrow body of water. C. It flows in a narrow valley. D. It has a flowing body of fresh water.
All right, so what say you, Shalicia? Which one most definitively tells us what a river is? Not that the numbers don't come close, or they don't, not that they don't say something about a river. One definitively tells us what
This
a
is
river.
a flowing body of fresh water. D.
All right, that is correct. So it's D, a flowing body of fresh water. All right, so Madison, Zamar, Cashmark, I see those answers coming in for D. All right, I'm still get cussing in the inbox. My scholars don't want. I wish I could accommodate all of you guys. I would so love to accommodate all of you on the screen, but I just can't. So bear with me, please. Nobody trace me off. All right, so I'm going to ask who else just came? Let me check. So Jer, all right, Jer. Read question 13 for me, please. Jer, wake up. Not hearing you, Jer. Try again. Jer, not hearing you.
Press. The mic isn't open. Try now.
Okay, I'm hearing you now. Go ahead. I'm hearing you now. Go ahead, Jer. Number 13. Number 13. Go ahead. All right, Jer, sort that out for me, please. I'm going to allow someone else. Just sort it out.
Your message that you can't hear me.
Sort it out for me, and we'll see later if we can come back. All right, Zamar, can you read question 13, please?
Are you hearing me?
Yes, go ahead.
Which feature must all maps have? Which feature must all maps have? A. Key. B. Rivers. C. Mountain. D. Plains. Which feature must all maps have? A. Key. B. Rivers. C. Mountains. D. Plains.
What do you say?
This is a key.
Key. That's correct. Not all maps have rivers or mountains, but every map should have a key.
Miss, only physical maps have rivers, mountains, and plains, but every map has a key.
Right. That's correct, Shelly. So, that answer A. That answer. Cash. Thon. All right. Continue now. Jaden. And 14.
Okay, Miss. Number 14. Which is an essential feature of a forest? Number 13. Which is an
14.
Number 14. Which is an essential feature of a forest? A. Monkeys. B. Trees. C. Snakes. Or D. Flatland. A. Monkeys. 3. Snakes. B. Trees. C. Snakes. And D. Flatland. Miss, I have B. Trees because you cannot have a forest without trees.
It's B
Else you would just be
trees.
a mountain or a plain.
That is correct. Yes, and this is another of the questions that we saw in the last booklet 4. All right. Zamar said trees, Antoine said trees, Madison, Lejonde, Shalicia. My scholars are brilliant. Ashley said trees, Jonathan said trees. Some persons in the chat said that we're freezing. Boy, there are so many. I think the issue really is with the internet. We're having an upgrade in the area and it's causing problems. So hopefully that resolves itself soon enough. John, number 15.
Okay, Miss, which is the most important feature of a plane? Number 15. Which is the most important feature of a plane? A. It is a flat land. B. It is inland. C. It is along the coast. D. It is between two highland areas. A. It is a flat land. B. It is inland. C. It's along the coast. D. It's between two.
John, what's happening?
Okay. D. It is between two
Mr.
highland
John,
areas.
listen,
Sorry.
take your time. Take your time and read that
Missy
again.
keeps on laughing at the comments. I'm not looking at the
John, take your time and read the options again.
Okay, miss. A is flatland. B it is inland. C it's along the coast. D it's in between two highland areas. Miss, I would say A it is flatland.
All right, and that is correct. There is no argument there. A plain is an area of flat land. All right, so Jonathan said flatland. Antoine, Legende, Shelicia said flatland. Ashley is asking which country am I in right now. We're coming to you live and direct from the beautiful island of Jamaica. And Dinsmore wants to know who is my favorite student. I would not dare
Miss,
say, who my favorite students
Miss,
are.
remember who you said in the C-sec, Miss?
You.
Miss, you said yourself is your favorite student, Miss.
Thank you, Amari. Thank you, sir. That's an excellent answer. And that's the answer I'm always going to give. All right. So I don't want anybody fighting. So I have to just say I'm my favorite student because I know my scholars love me and I love them. So we have 5 questions to go. All right. So back to you, Madam Shelicia. But hold on. So the success criteria, I can identify the most important or essential feature of a landform or object. So we should be able to say, I can identify the most important or essential feature of a landform or object. Shelicia, read for me what a sequence is. Shelicia. Shelicia, what's a sequence?
it was glitching again. A sequence is a set of things that are arranged or done in a particular order. A sequence is a set of things that are arranged or done in a particular order.
Okay. So we're going to go now to the sequence type of item. And we're going to look. So we also saw this question yesterday. It's clearer now. Do you see that it's clearer now in this one? So we can clearly see. We're to look at the pictures labeled A, B, C, D and answer question 16, which says write the letters in the order in which the events are most likely to occur. So look at the pictures labeled A, B, C, D
Yes,
and
D
answer
would be
question
first.
16. Hold on. Write the letters in the order in which the events are most likely to occur. So now that we're seeing it clearly, what order would they most likely occur? So remember, so we had so this is the community or the environment. It's a lovely summer's day. And what happens after that? The rain starts to fall. And then it causes a landslide or mudslide, whichever one you want to use. And then the area is the mud slides down the hill. So that would be B, D, C, A. That would be the order there. Zamar, can you read that for me?
Miss, did you say I must read?
Yes.
Zamar.
Read the information in each box box and answer question 17. Rainfall occurs, warm, moist air moves up the mountainside, wind blows over the warm sea, air cools and
Condenses. Air cools and condenses. We're not hearing you again, Zamar.
read the in.
Go ahead now. Go ahead now, Zamar. All right, so it's
Read the information in each box and answer question 17. 1. Rainfall occurs. 2. Warm, moist air moves up the mountainside. 3. Wind blows over the warm sea. 4. Air cools and
condenses. All right, so we're to write the numbers on in the order in which the relief rainfall occurs. So relief rainfall has to do with rain that is formed according to the landforms, particularly the mountainous or hilly areas. They affect how much rain an area gets. So in what sequence would these different stages in the relief rainfall process occur? All right, so I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm seeing 3, 2, 4, 1. 3, 2, 4, 1 again. So let's look at it. The first thing that would occur would be, well, the wind blows over the warm sea, okay, and then the warm moist air moves up the mountainside. So remember, we're saying relief rainfall has to do with the rainfall generated by the fact that these winds have to climb the mountain. They literally have to move their way up the mountain, and so by the time they get to the top, the rain falls on the windward side of the mountain, and very little falls on the leeward side, or the side facing away from the wind. So the wind blows over the warm sea, and warm, moist air moves up the mountainside. As it moves up the mountainside, the air cools and condenses, and then the clouds fall as rain. So those are the steps. So it's 3, 2, 4, 1. So Madison is correct. The success criteria here, I can arrange events in a logical sequence. Jaden, text completion.
Okay, miss. Text completion involves using the context to determine best choice of words based on the variation in spelling, usage, or meaning. Text completion involves using the context to determine best choice of words based on variation in spelling, usage, or meaning.
All All right, John, can you hear me now?
Yes, miss.
Read number 18, please.
Okay, miss. Number 18. Which of the following is the best meaning for migration? Number 18. Which of the following is the best meaning for migration? A movement of people from one place to another to live. A trip to Kingston to Montego Bay to visit friends. C. A group of American tourists visiting Negril for a week. D. A voyage from Spain to Jamaica which lasts for 2 months. A movement of people from one place to another. B. A trip to Kingston to Montego Bay to visit friends. C. A group of American tourists visiting Negril for a week. D. A voyage from Spain to Jamaica which lasted for 2 months. Miss, I would say A. Movement of people from one place to another to visit.
Movement of people from one place to another place. That's the definition. Antoine, question 19.
Okay, miss. Read the paragraph below and answer question 19. Crop over started in Barbados slavery to mark the end of the sugar culture. It is celebrated every year from June to August. The celebrations include a parade with music and dancing. There are many private and public events. Read the paragraph below and answer question 19. Crop over started in Barbados during slavery to mark the end of the sugar crop. It is celebrated every year from June to August. The celebrations include a parade with music and dancing. There are many private and public events.
Okay, Jaden, question 19.
Okay, miss. Number 19. Which term best describes the activities in the paragraph? Number 19. Which term best describes the activities in the paragraph? A. Festival. B. Fair. C. Party. Or D. Parade. A. Festival. B. Fair. C. Party. Or D. Parade.
All right, so what say you?
So I would say festival.
All right, what's the letter?
A.
All right, that is correct. It's talking about the crop over festival. Ashley says festival. Kashmar didn't give an answer for that. Camille says festival. Zamar, Antoine also say festival, and that is correct. No, all right, Amari, number 20.
Okay, miss. Number 20. In Ines
Ines
Taylor was born in 1825
in Jamaica.
in Jamaica. Sorry, miss. In Jamaica in 1825. Her granddaughter Lorna was born in 1890. In
Ines,
Ines Taylor is best described as dash of Lona. A. A descendant. B. An ancestor. C. An advisor. D. An offspring. A. A descendant.
descendant,
B. An ancestor. C. An advisor. D. An offspring. Miss, my answer for that is C. An advisor.
an advisor. Why?
Miss, because sometimes in class, miss, you say we must ask our grandparents or our great grandparents for information for how their olden life was, miss.
Yes, I did say that and I mean it. Is there anything in this statement in number 20 that indicates that INS offers advice to
No, miss.
Lorna.
No, miss.
So
Miss
that
would
so it
answer
would
be
be
A,
an
a descendant.
assumption.
Miss would answer be A, a descendant.
So you're saying Inez is a descendant of Lorna?
Yes, no, yes, miss.
All right. So Inez was born in, and Lorna was born in 18 older.
Miss Ines.
So if Inez is older, how can she be a descendant? A descendant comes
Oh,
for you.
miss an ancestor, miss is an ancestor.
Right. So she's an ancestor of Lorna.
I was thinking of
She's
that.
related to Lorna and she preceded Lorna. She's an ancestor. And the success criteria would be I can use the context in which a word is used to tell its meaning. All right, so context means the situation, the scenario, what's happening in the sentence or the paragraph. And we use that to help us to determine the meaning of words, even words that we've never met. We can use the way it is used and how it is used in the context to ascertain the meaning. So Amari was making a connection between what I told my students that we are to speak to our grandparents and our parents and try to get information from them about what life was in years gone by when they were young compared to, and we can make comparisons. In this case, though, nothing like that was in the context, so that would be an assumption made. So we have to stick to the context of the passage or the sentence and only use the information given to determine the answer. And we have come to the end of the questions for tonight. So it's a little bit, yeah, we're a little bit over, 2 minutes over. So tomorrow we're going to continue the next 20 questions in booklet 4. And remember, for next week, we're not sticking to the regular schedule. We're going to do lots and lots of ability tests for next week as well. All right, so I will see you tomorrow. Remember, on Fridays, we start at 4:30 p.m. Jamaica time, not 7 like we do Monday to Thursday. Friday, we start earlier. So all who have bedtime, you don't have any excuse tomorrow because we start at 4:30. I will see you then. Thank you, scholars, for sharing your time with me.
Bye, miss.
Good night, everyone.
Okay, bye, miss.
Bye. Take care. See you
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. All right, so now I'm going to play the schedule of live classes so you can see on which days we do what. But just remember, for the rest, for next week, we're not following this particular schedule. But after that, we're going back to the schedule. I know you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now, another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now, in this series, we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC Math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything. Make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So stay tuned. Hello scholars. Did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand.